So what is up, you guys? What is up? I know I got my bonnet on, but y'all, I really need to do this story time. And trust me, I'm about to do a story time about my whole entire life, but instead it's going to be like in a vlog format. I have it on my black camera. I can't wait for you guys to get into it. I'm really trying to save that for when I'm just trying to save it for the right moment because it is a huge story to tell. It is a big part of my life. It is live recorded footage of me raw and really going through some shit, you guys. And I want you guys to see the real authentic me and who I am. So in this story time, this is going to be about when a guy tried to use hold on, let me get my shoes first because I don't like walking around the house without my shoes on. Okay. I had a guy try to use God against me. Now let me explain. I had a guy try to use God to play me. Okay? And I had this happen to me twice before in my life. That's how I knew he was trying to do it, right? So this guy comes texting me like months and months and months ago, back in April, right? He comes texting me and he's like, hey, how are you doing? And it's somebody I used to work with, right? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? He's like, oh, great, great, great. I always wanted to slide in your DMs. I always wanted to talk to you. I thought you were so beautiful and you just seemed like a nice person. Are you single? And I was like, yeah, I'm single. You know, I've been single for almost a whole year now. Oh, well, great. Well, can I get your number? I would love to just text you and maybe take you out sometimes. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I can just let him text me. No, nothing sound wrong with that. Plus, I'm just talking to people right now anyway, right? Right. Ain't nothing wrong with talking to somebody. So I thought. So, y'all, this guy, I'm going to put this right here while I get these dishes straight. This guy basically used God to play me. And I know that sounds crazy as hell, but I had another guy try to do that too as well. And went back to his old habit, went back to acting foolish. And then he felt so guilty about it. He had to fucking apologize a month later, twice. Now, we're talking about this guy. But the other guy had to do the same thing too. Because he felt guilty. God really made him feel guilty. And he had to come back and turn around and apologize. That's how you know when somebody is full of... You can't try to play God and use God and then turn around and use that as a relationship tactic to be single. You don't think that shit gonna eat you up? Them lies gonna eat you up? So, okay, after we start texting, right? We started texting for like a couple of days just to get to know each other. Normal shit, how normal people do. Then he asked me, he was like, oh, okay. Well, where do you stay? And I told him where I stayed. He was like, oh, okay, well, I would love to come see you sometime and take you out and do this and that. And I'm like, okay. He was like, well, whenever you're free, can I come by? So I told him what day I was free, right? And he said, okay. Well, I come and see you. I said, okay. So days go by, we still texting, we still talking, still vibing, right? Everything was cool. Now, in the beginning of the relationship, he did not mention anything about God, was talking about God. He just asked me, did I knew God? Have I ever been baptized before? Little stuff, okay? I'm like, yeah, of course. I did this, I did that. I know who God is. I done had my godly experience. I done been through a lot of shit where God has brought me out of, and I realized that, and I came back to the Lord, even from him. So he's like, okay, cool, that's what's up. Last time he mentioned about God, okay? So he comes over my house for the first time, right? First time. We chilling, okay? We just chilling, and then I was like, oh, well, do you drink? Would you like to drink some alcohol? You know, every normal person my age, in their 20s, I'm in my 20s now. If some of y'all don't know that. Every normal person in their 20s drinks. You don't have to drink a little bit. You don't have to drink a lot. And if you're an alcoholic, you shouldn't be drinking in the first place. Mind you, it's a reason why I'm saying this. Y'all keep track. So he's like, yeah, sure, I drink. I drink a little bit, but I used to not drink. Because I don't like the person that it turns me into. So I'm pausing, right? You know how, like, you really don't pay attention to what a person's saying, but you're paying attention to how they're saying it. So you're like, red flag, red flag. Mind you, I done been single for about a year now. I done dealt with plenty of different people, okay? I done dated, and I know how to observe people. Plus, my past jobs helped me to pay attention to people. So I'm like, why would he say that like that? Mind you, red flag. People always warn you who they are, tell you who they are before they show you who they are, okay? I'm going to say that again. People always tell you who they are before they show you who they are. Now, this is what happened. So he's drinking a little bit, sipping. You know, we having a good time. We talking. We having a main conversation. Normal shit. You know how people kick it. So then after that, okay, he leaves. Okay. Next day he comes. Well, not the next day, but the next time we meet up, he comes. And this time he comes and then he brings liquor already in his hand. I'm like, okay, you know, that's what's up. That's nice of you to supply the alcohol this time because I supplied it last time. Red flag. Okay? Man, this man could not hold his fucking liquor. He was sloppy drunk, you guys. Sloppy, disgusting drunk. Oh, wait till y'all hear all my fucking story times. Y'all not gonna believe what happens in my everyday fucking life. But I'm about to start telling it. Because this is the time. I feel like this is the right time to start talking about certain things that I'm going through with this single life and just life experiences in my past as well. I'm about to tell it all. So this guy, right, he's sitting up here, he's sloppy drunk. And first he brought me roses. Then he brought alcohol. Then he comes sloppy drunk. And I'm like, whoa, if you can't handle your alcohol, you know, you shouldn't be drinking, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm a person, I drink, okay? But I know how, I'm a functioning drinker. I can drink and get up and do my chores. I can drink and take care of my children. I can drink and still live life, mind you. So I know how to handle my alcohol, basically. So you guys, this damn fool. Lord, forgive me for calling him a fool. But this damn fool ended up getting so drunk at my house to the point to where he was just talking out of his head. So, you know, I was afraid. I was like, is that a fire? Oh, I don't know. I was afraid. I was like, you sure you want to drive home like this? Me being a concerned person because, you know, if something happens in an accident, they're going to ask, well, whose house did you left? And I always tell people that. That's why I don't like when people drink and get up and go from my house. I'd rather you lay there, go to sleep, or do whatever. Whatever you got to do to get yourself sober. So, this guy, right, he sits up here and he's like, I'm good. You know, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I got this, baby. Trust me, I'm used to drinking. Boom. Falls out in sleep. I'm like, this motherfucker's not used to drinking and he's hiding secrets. He's hiding secrets from me because the first time you lie to me, I automatically pay attention to that lie. And I keep it in the back of my mind. And I keep the red flags in the back of my mind too. Because now I'm paying attention to you because I notice you're a liar. Okay? So this motherfucker getting drunk. Drunk as shit. I'm talking about drunk as fuck. Okay. So then he leaves my house like I told y'all. Left my house drunken. Second time he come back over, right? We just chilling, we vibing. So I asked him if he want a beer or something, you know, like a light beer. Oh no, I don't drink those beers, but I'll go to the store. I'll go get me some beer. I'm like, you just got here. Why would you leave and go to the store? Because he wanted my okay signal. Okay, it's okay for me to drink. Now I'm about to cut up. Man, this broad cuts the fuck loose on me. I'm like, oh my Lord. Now he acting sloppy drunk. And it was a cute way, you know, at first. It's cute. you know, because people cover up who they are. Mind you, 2 red flags in the back of my head already, so I'm just prepared for whatever. I'm ready to jump. So this motherfucker, right, he's sitting up here. Let me turn this water off, and now it's full. So this motherfucker up here, this is the 3rd time he done came up here drunk. And I'm like, look, don't get in your car, don't leave, because I don't feel safe with you leaving, especially if you've been drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. It's just not safe for you to be on the road. Y'all, oh my goodness gracious God. That makes him mad. When I tell him he can't handle his alcohol. Why do people who can't handle their damn alcohol get mad at you when you tell them you notice they can't handle their alcohol? When it's what you observe, it's what you see on the outside. And half of the time that shit be the motherfucking truth. Man, motherfuckers get mad at me when I tell them, oh no, you can't handle that. You need to sit down somewhere. I'm watching you. I'm on the outside looking in at you. 3rd red flag, right? Gets mad because I'm telling him the truth. Then he storms off, right? Storms off. Tries to go to his car and drive away. Mind you, he's drunk. And I'm like, no, don't leave, don't leave. I'm sorry I upset you. I just had to tell you that because you're starting to drink a lot around me. And is this something that you have trouble with? If so, you should have told me that from the beginning, right? That's what you would think a person would do. But no, when we carry secrets in our hearts, we hide them to new people. Man, this motherfucker, I love you, man. I love you, man. I really care about you, and I don't want to lose you, bro. That's how he was drunk, because how you love me, and we only been talking for like a couple of weeks. Chill out. So I'm like, oh my God, like this motherfucker is drunk. I was right. That's what I'm saying in my head. Like, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Come back in the house. So I'm sitting here arguing with this motherfucker outside where my neighbors can hear. We going back and forth. I'm like, oh my Lord, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like, oh, I cannot stand this shit right here. Like, once I get him in his house, it's over. It's a wrap. I just wanted to make sure the boy was safe, you know? Because I'm not going to ever do a person like that. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to let you jump in your car and you sloppy ass drunk. And you just left my house. You know, that's dangerous as hell. So I'm like, Lord, let me just get this man in this house. Man, when I get this boy in the house. No, he never got in the house. He ended up driving off that time. Okay. Yeah. He ended up driving off that time, y'all. That time he left. Couldn't get him back in the house. So he left, and I let him leave. I was like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm like, well, I tried. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type to beg. So then he calls me. He's like, man, you don't know how much I care about you. You don't know how much I need you, blah, blah. You know how drunk people talk. Drunk people just talk outside their neck. They don't even mean it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But come back to this house because you're not sober enough to drive. I mean, the police do not play, okay? So, y'all, man, the next minute you know, then he starts to get real distant after the 4th time he comes to my house because he tells me he did something very bad to a family member. Okay? We're just going to say that much. I'm not going to tell it all. He did something very bad to a family member that he had no business doing in the first place, right? And he felt guilty about it. And he was like, see, that's why I don't drink. I feel bad. This is my sign. I need to get back close to God. That's when he starts talking more about God. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, you can start going back to church. You can start doing what you're supposed to do. The whole time while we talking, he keeps hinting about God. Mind you, okay, I'm the type of person, if you're going to do something, do it. Don't keep hinting about it. Be about it. Be who you are about your word. Keep your word. If you love God, if you want to serve God, stop talking about it. Do it. That's how you know that's not what's truly in your heart that you want to do. If you have to keep constantly bringing up, constantly keep trying to motivate yourself, you fighting with yourself. Now, it is a fight sometimes to get back right on track. I understand that part. But then, here comes the tricky part, okay? So, y'all, he sat up there, been talking about God for weeks now. And I'm like, okay, just do it. Like, why you keep talking about it? Go ahead. Well, can you go with me? Well, can you do this? Well, can you do that? And I'm like, yeah. I'm right here behind you. Like, I'll support you. Then I tell her a little bit about my life story. and what I used to do and how God brought me out of that, because it took too much out of me, right? So then, okay, he says fine about that. Okay, we need to go get a Bible. So we go get a Bible. Fine. Go get a Bible. We read the Bible that day. Still, this man still doesn't feel fulfilled, right? So then he starts getting distant with me. And I'm like, okay, here go another red flag. What the fuck is going on? Like, I haven't done anything to you. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm working. I'm busy. I have a full schedule. Plus, I have 2 kids to take care of. I don't have time to be up somebody's ass all day. I actually have a life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does. Outside of a relationship. Anyway, you should. Don't revolve around one person. That's not healthy and it's not good for you. I learned it too with being single. Learn how to be your own fucking person, irregardless of a relationship. Period. And don't let nobody else tell you differently. Because that's how you lose yourself in a relationship. Now, mind you, okay, where was I at? So then he starts getting distant. Once he gets distant, oh man, I think it was one day I had texted him or something like that, and I was like, well, what's going on? You've been real distant. I'm just trying to get close to God. I've just been trying to focus on myself. Mind you, we're like months into talking. We done got close. Everything was good. He was bringing me flowers, roses. He was being a perfect gentleman. Perfect gentleman. But red flags kept coming up. Secrets kept coming out. I'm not going to tell all the secrets about this person, because I'm sure eventually they might see this shit. So I'm going to give them their privacy. The secrets kept coming out. Red flags kept coming up. And the only thing he's saying is about God. And I kept telling him, I was like, look, you need to get right with yourself. You need to find God in the process as well. But you really need to focus on yourself. I don't think a relationship is good for you right now. Mind you, I'm saying this. The whole time, he's trying to get with me. But then towards the end, he's using God to distance himself away from me. Wanna know why? Because I think he found somebody else or either moved on, and that's his excuse. Man, I'm sitting up here, I'm like, this man either found somebody else or he's full of shit. Kind of find out, I think he ended up finding somebody else or going back with the ex or whatever the case may be. I still haven't got to the bottom of it. But I knew he started only saying stuff. He only started using God as a tactic. And little do he know about my past history. That's all I grew up in was the church. My mom made sure we went to church damn near 3-4 times a damn week. So I know about God. You can't tell me about God. I know about him. That's all I did. That's what my cousin told me. My cousin was like, this man just don't know your past history, do he? He don't know you grew up in a damn church and that's all you do was church. That was your life. I said, no, he don't know that. But we're going to see how this goes. So one day he texts me. Months and months out of time, right? This fool texts me. Was like, what's up? I'm like, well, what's up? I'm like, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on? I just want to apologize how I treated you, and you're a good woman, and you didn't deserve that. You deserve to be treated like a queen, and you're so beautiful. And I said, okay, well, I accept your apology. Mind you, my guard is up now because you done played so many games and used God as a tactic for a whole bunch of other foolish shit that you were doing. Don't think I know, though, but I already knew what was up. So he stood up here, he texted me, and he apologized, right? Months later. And I'm like, okay, I accept your apology. Blah, 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 blah. I'm moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm good now. I done figured out who the fuck you are and how you like to play games and get close with people and use God as a tactic to try to get out and move on to the next shit. Then it ate him up again because he was still lying about some stuff now. I'm not going to say what, but he was still lying about some stuff, y'all. So then he texts me. He texted me about a month after the first time he had texted me, trying to apologize and ask me to forgive him. He texts me again. Y'all, this time he gonna say the same shit over and over again. He repeated the same shit that he said in the last text, right? He was like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get close to God. You're a beautiful person, but I don't think we might work out because I want to live right for God. I'm like, honey, the whole time while you're trying to do you, and live right for Jesus. I was trying to help you. I was trying to be a support system to you. We was actually trying to move forward towards something. I said, that was you who ran and felt like you had to flee, not me. When I said that, it pissed him off. You want to know how I know it pissed him off? Because the man didn't respond to my text message for a whole day and a half. It took him a whole day. He's pondered over what I said because he knew he was lying about some stuff. You can tell when people are lying because just pay attention to their behavior, pay attention to how they text you, pay attention to how they switch up texting you, right? This man took him a whole damn day to sit up there and ponder over what I said to him because it bothered him. Because he knew it was the truth. Man, he started there talking. I didn't want to ruin what was already going on. I apologize. And I was just trying to get close to God. And I wanted to live right by God. And I know you got whatever going on. And I just didn't want to try to force you to do this. How are you going to force me when I'm trying to help you? Help myself, help everybody else around me, and me do the right thing as well too. It was another excuse, right? But he didn't have nothing. He had no response because I had done said the truth. Because I was trying to help him. I was trying to get him on the right path. I was trying to stop him from drinking. I was trying to do everything I could in my power to try to keep this man and to try to make him happy and to also try to make myself happy at the same time. That's how I knew. That's how I knew something wasn't right. And it wasn't me. It was because he was out there trying to find a new victim and some new ass. But trying to use the Lord to get out of me. You know what I'm saying? To leave me out. Leave me alone. And move on to the next broad. That's what guys will do. Y'all have to be careful of people like that because those are the true wicked ones. I'm going to tell you why, because they'll keep coming back around. But then they'll get what they want and leave. And they'll use God as the reason why they're leaving. Whole time, why the hell do you keep coming back around? Girl, y'all just don't know. And I got plenty more stories to tell. I just thought I would tell that story and record it because this is going to be the first official story time about my relationships that I am going to get ready to do probably 1,000-part series. Y'all just beware. I just wanted to tell y'all about that because it was on the top of my mind. I had seen something that reminded me of him and I started speaking. And I said, somebody needs to hear about this because somebody could have went through the same situation out there. And y'all have to be mindful of these people who would try to use the Lord or try to use excuses to try to play with your head and think that you crazy and try to make you crazy. Watch out, y'all. It's some real sneaky, crazy people out here who have lost their everlasting minds. And you got to be careful, okay? All right, I'm getting ready to end this video because it's already 23 minutes long. And I know this is extremely long. I had to wash my dishes and do a lot. But thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay fucking tuned because I have plenty more stories to tell. Y'all won't believe some of the stuff that I'm going to tell y'all. And some of the stuff that's going to be aired out. It's personal, but I'm ready to tell it because it's important. And I have a feeling my stories might help somebody out there. So like, subscribe, follow me on everything at KitaKens_94. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.